going to discuss about the brachial artery. This is brachial artery. Here in brachial artery we will discuss the branches which are originating from the brachial artery. First I will describe the branches over here, and after this we will go through the branches. The first branch, there is the brachial artery give rise, is radial, collateral artery. The second branch is medial collateral artery. The third branch, there is superior ulnar collateral artery. The fourth artery is inferior ulnar collateral artery. The fifth branch, which mainly originated from the radial artery and the ulnar artery, and form anastomosis with the superior ulnar artery, inferior ulnar collateral artery, radial collateral artery, and the medial collateral artery. Those branches which form anastomosis, they are there is anterior ulnar collateral, ulnar collateral artery. The sixth one, that is posterior ulnar collateral artery, posterior ulnar collateral artery. The seventh, there is common interosseous artery, which give rise further three branches. The first one is anterior interosseous artery, The second one is posterior interosseous artery, and the third and the last one is there is recurrent interosseous artery, or simple we call is a recurrent interosseous artery. Recurrent interosseous artery, So we will go through all these branches one by one, and we will discuss about all these branches and the position of all these branches. So the branches which mainly the brachial artery give rises, they are radial collateral artery, medial collateral artery, superior ulnar collateral artery, inferior ulnar collateral artery, anterior ulnar collateral artery, posterior ulnar collateral artery, common interosseous artery, anterior interosseous artery, posterior interosseous artery, recurrent interosseous artery. So this is not very difficult to remember all these branches, because Their name suggests their positions. So radial branch mean on the radial side, ulnar on the ulnar side. Interosseous mean to the membranes present between ulnar and the radial and ulnar bone. There is a membrane which we call as interosseous membrane. So these are the arteries providing blood supply to the radial radius, to the ulna, and also to the interosseous membrane. So we will go through one by one. As we know that the subclavian artery divided further into axillary artery, and after this axillary artery, the same subclavian artery we called as brachial artery. The brachial artery starts moving here, and from here it's moving inside and give rise to branches. Number 1, radial branch, and number 2, there is the this is the ulnar artery. So you have to remember that the main two branches which bifurcate, which are raised due to the bifurcation of the brachial artery, they are a radial artery and ulnar arteries. These are the radial artery and ulnar arteries. So it should be clear to you. So let's go through the other smaller branches. The first branch which originate from the brachial artery, and it's move backward, back side, and from the back side of the bone it starts moving from the nearly about the this is the humerus bone and back side of the humerus bone. So we cannot see it. For this purpose I just put it at dots. So these are the dots which lies and downside. So this is the medial artery, medial collateral artery. The other artery which originate from the back side and come on the front side and here. This is known as radial collateral artery, and this one is medial collateral artery. And after that another group of artery originate from the upper side and crosses here behind epicondyle, come in front. This is we call superior ulnar collateral artery. This is superior ulnar collateral artery, and the other artery which originated from the lower portion of the brachial artery, this one, this originated, come here. This is called inferior ulnar collateral artery. Why I stopped all these arteries here? Because these arteries which coming downside, they form anastomosis with those arteries which are giving rise by the radial and the ulnar arteries. So the artery which originate from the ulna, that is the first one, that is the anterior collateral artery. This is the anterior artery which going upside, And at the same time, the ulna give rise another type of the branch. There is the posterior ulnar recurrent artery. It will be the posterior. So I have to make somewhat bigger, larger diagram. This one artery, second artery, two arteries from here. So this artery we called as posterior and inferior recurrent ulnar arteries, which form this posterior ulnar recurrent artery form anastomosis with the artery coming upper side of the brachial artery, which we called as the superior ulnar superior ulnar collateral artery. This is the superior ulnar collateral artery, and it form anastomosis with the posterior ulnar recurrent artery. And the artery originating from the lower portion of the brachial artery, which we called as the inferior ulnar collateral artery, it forms anastomosis with the artery originating from the ulnar artery, that is anterior ulnar recurrent artery. So it forms anastomosis with this one. So they form anastomosis, and some of the arteries originate from here and form anastomosis with the medial collateral artery, and also form anastomosis with the radial collateral arteries. So these are the arteries forming anastomosis with each other. And another group of the artery which originated from the ulnar artery, there is, these are the common interosseous artery. As we know that the common interosseous artery give rise further three branches. Number first, there is the moving upward side, so it is called as posterior interosseous artery. The posterior interosseous artery move upside and form anastomosis with here. And another group of the artery which come here, downward side, two arteries. So you have to remember that the brachial artery come and give the first branch, that is the medial collateral artery, and the second branch, that is the radial collateral artery, and from here two branches, that is the superior ulnar collateral artery and inferior ulnar collateral artery, which form anastomosis with the artery originating from the ulna. There is the posterior ulnar recurrent artery and anterior ulnar recurrent artery. They form anastomosis with each other. And here the artery, that is the radial collateral artery and the medial collateral artery, they form anastomosis here. The artery which another artery originate, this is here, and the artery which go upside and downward and form anastomosis with the medial artery. And as we know that between the bones, that is the radius and the ulna, there is a membrane which we called as interosseous membrane. This is what we call interosseous membrane. So as we know that every part of the body need their blood supply, so the artery which comes interior to the interosseous membrane and form blood and provide blood supply to the interosseous membrane, this is what we called anterior interosseous artery. And the another artery that originate and provided to the back side of the interosseous membrane, this is called posterior interosseous artery. And the artery which is moving upside, that is a recurrent interosseous artery, which form anastomosis with the medial collateral artery. And this artery which form anastomosis with the radial collateral artery is a radial recurrent artery. So I will write their names so you can easily remember. This is what we call humerus bone. This is what we call medial epicondyle. Medial epicondyle. This is what we call lateral epicondyle. Lateral epicondyle. The artery, the radial collateral artery, comes in front from the back side of the humerus bone and comes to the front side of the lateral epicondyle. And this artery that we called as the superior collateral, superior ulnar collateral artery, which migrate to the back side of the medial epicondyle and form anastomosis with the ulnar recurrent artery. So I will write the names here according to. So this is what we call brachial artery. Brachial artery. This is what we call as medial. I will write shorter names. Medial collateral artery. This one is a radial collateral artery. Radial collateral artery. Radial collateral artery. And this one is a radial recurrent artery. Radial recurrent artery. And this what we call as posterior ulnar recurrent artery. This is what we call as anterior ulnar recurrent artery. This is what we call as superior ulnar collateral artery. And this one, there is inferior ulnar collateral artery. This is common interosseous artery. Common interosseous artery. And this is which moving upward and form anastomosis with the medial collateral artery, that is the recurrent interosseous artery. Recurrent interosseous artery. And this one, that is anterior interosseous artery. And this one which move back side of the interosseous membrane is posterior interosseous artery. So all these things about the brachial artery, hope so you can remember all these branches. So thank you for watching my videos and bye.